What if you could attract dream clients every single day without hustling or burning out? That's what a sustainable strategy does, and that's what we're covering today. Because if you don't have a clear, aligned, and sustainable strategy where you know exactly what you are doing every day, every week, and every month, you will constantly feel like you are hustling to keep the lights on, and you will be constantly second guessing yourself in the process. Some months will feel great, and others will feel like you're starting from scratch. That's where I was when I first started my business, and it was an emotional and financial roller coaster. And I know that you don't want that. And if you're experiencing that, then I know that you don't want to keep experiencing that. You want a business that brings in leads and clients consistently without you burning out or sacrificing your life to social media. That's exactly what we're going to be diving deep in. Because let me guess, right now your strategy probably looks like something like this. You're posting every day, creating what you hope is high quality content, but your DMs are kind of like crickets. You're spending hours brainstorming, filming, editing, writing captions, but sales still feel like you're pulling teeth. You're relying on referrals and word of mouth, which means some months are really great and others are quite unpredictable. And deep down, you worry that if you stop posting, everything will dry up. Sound familiar? That's what I call the burnout way. So let's look at the spacious way. A sustainable strategy is building a system that attracts high quality leads daily so that you're never wondering where your next client is coming from. It nurtures those leads consistently so they move from cold to warm to hot and ready to buy really quickly, and converts them into dream clients with ease without endless sales calls, chasing, or convincing. And the best part is you don't have to be glued to your phone when you do this properly. Here's what my business looks like today. I just create one long form piece of content each week, usually a podcast episode, and then my team repurposes this into reels and posts, and I turn it into emails. So instead of reinventing the wheel every day with each post, I am instead leveraging one piece really, really well. I record once and it becomes dozens of pieces of content across several different platforms. I don't sit there creating 7 posts a day or even a post a day. I've built a sustainable content machine that works for me, not the other way around. And because I've combined that with long form content like events, both live and evergreen, I now can attract and convert dream clients most days of the week. So let's break down the 3 core components that go into building a sustainable strategy. Number 1 is the daily lead attractor. You need a way to attract. So a funnel, at the top, we are attracting, right? We need a way to attract leads every single day, right? Otherwise, it doesn't matter how good your offer is, there won't be people funneling down to that offer. And that's a big reason why a lot of people don't make money, is because just not enough people are seeing their offers. So we've got to start at the top. Now, there are 3 main ways you can do this. You can do so with organic marketing, collaboration marketing, or paid marketing. Each of these 3 ways have different pros and cons, and whether you use 1 or 2 or all 3, the key here is about mastery, because there are plenty of people that are doing paid marketing and they're just pouring money down the drain. There are people that are spending hours and hours each day and every week creating organic marketing and it's not producing results, and same with collaboration marketing. So it's not about just doing these things or guessing your way through them, it's actually about mastering them. Now, this is really important because when we have a system for each or, 1 or more of these ways, then you can do it consistently, not just when you feel like showing up or when you happen to have capacity. So I actually leverage organic, collaboration, and paid marketing. I think there's a time and place for all of them. Some I double down on more than others, but this means that I have leads coming from all different places at all different times, even when I'm asleep, and that's what I love. The weekly audience nurturer. This is the second piece that makes up sustainable strategy. Leads don't just become clients because you've attracted them. You now need to nurture them. In other words, you need to warm them up, and you need to do this really, really well, or don't be surprised if they just go to your competition. Even if you have a better service, if they can nurture and convert faster than you, that's where they'll go. You can nurture your audience through long-form content, conversations, and a community. This could be a weekly podcast, it could be an email newsletter, it could be DM conversations, YouTube videos, regular live videos, or events, right? The point is, when you build deep relationships with your audience, that builds trust. And trust is a very essential piece to signing clients. Think back to every investment you've made. I'm sure you trusted the person, even at the very least at the time, before you purchased from them. And the third piece that makes up sustainable strategy is the monthly event engine. This is where the true magic happens. Short form content rarely converts on its own, but events do. Whether it's a free workshop, a paid masterclass, or an evergreen training, meaning a pre-recorded training that you funnel people to, events are where people build enough trust to actually buy because they are connecting with you, they are learning through you, and they are investing time in you. Those are the three components: daily lead attraction, weekly nurturing, and monthly events. And that's what creates a truly sustainable strategy, no matter your stage in business. And I've seen this work time and time again. My client Abby ran her second event ever inside her private Facebook community with less than 400 members in it. She signed a lot of clients and made $70,000 in sales from that one event. And it's because she stopped relying only on short form content and leaned into the power of events using my monthly event engine process. Another client, Layla, a wellness coach, went from inconsistent $5,000 months to consistent $32,000 months after we implemented the monthly event engine into her business. She didn't have a super huge audience, but what she did have was a really simple and repeatable process that she was doing every single month. And this took the guesswork out of business. And then there's Holly, a parenting coach who signed 12 clients in just 2 weeks after running her very first workshop. Different niches, different starting points, same outcome. Consistent growth without burnout. Because instead of being on back-to-back sales calls or following up 100 times and trying to nurture people in really slow ways, you could just run one event to multiple people at once and they're all nurtured and then they all purchase, through your process. And if you have automated emails and all of these things in place, that's going to allow you to scale without doing everything one-to-one with each individual, making your process much, much easier. Now, you might be thinking, but Sophia, I don't have time to run events, or I'm not taking enough to set up systems like this. This sounds overwhelming and launching is overwhelming. But here's the truth. Not having a sustainable strategy is actually what's costing you time, because right now you're spending hours creating content that actually isn't converting. You're chasing clients instead of having them come to you. Whereas when you have the right systems and strategy, you save time and energy and you sign clients faster. And when it comes to launching being exhausting, I get it. So many people have that thought process, and it's because they are doing it in a really exhausting way. When you work smarter, not harder, and use a repeatable process, it's super easy. I often run the exact same event. I use the same landing page. I use the same script. So much of my process is the exact same every single time, making it so easy to lean into. Your strategy shouldn't cost you your freedom. The right strategy will actually create freedom, all right? So to recap, the sustainable strategy that attracts dream clients with daily without burnout comes down to three things: the daily lead attractor, the weekly audience nurturer, and the monthly event engine. So you have a process to follow every day, every week, and every month that's going to sign you clients. And when you have these three in place, you'll stop wondering where your next client's actually coming from. Instead, you will have a predictable and consistent income. And you'll finally feel like the freedom that you have been desiring for so long is right in front of you, okay? So if you are ready to stop hustling for leads that ghost and start attracting dream clients every single day, I would love to support you. You can book a roadmap call with me, and on this call, we will audit your current business strategy, identify your biggest gaps right now, and map out a sustainable plan for you so that you can grow without burning out. The link is below. I can't wait to chat.